Good Thursday morning, everybody. I'm Jared Klein.
And I'm Jennifer Von Reuter, and it is time for the morning rush.
Here we go.
All right, so can you imagine going to the ATM and being able to withdraw more money than you actually have in your bank account?
That would be a dream.
That would be a dream come true, wouldn't it? Well, this happened in Ireland because of an IT glitch that allowed customers to remove more money than they had in their bank accounts. And of course, this is a video of people lining up at the ATMs trying to take as much cash out as they possibly could.
Yeah.
Police were called to the scene to kind of break it all up, but you know, I kind of wonder what the aftermath is. Do they track these people down and be like, okay, now you have to repay the bank?
But I mean, wouldn't you be thinking, you know, they're not going to let you just walk away with that money and keep it.
Right, because they obviously know.
They know how much you have,
or they can see the transactions, right.
So I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish.
Right,
but
I don't either. But it still would be amazing
if
that could happen and then you didn't have to give it back.
I mean, depending on how much you could take out, you could just disappear.
That's right. Say bye.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so this is interesting. Have you ever, did you ever play sports or
No.
do you ever do anything? Do you have any kind of rituals before you?
No, cannot say that I do.
I don't either. So, but evidently, there are some NFL players that have some unique pre-game rituals. So Josh Allen, this is kind of disgusting. He throws up before every game.
Ew.
I think that's got to be nerves. It can't be like, oh, I'm going to go, it must be his nerves that make him get sick.
Yeah, I feel like that wouldn't be as much of a ritual as
it's like a side effect of the nerves. So I feel bad for him having to go through that because that sounds awful. All right, Harrison Smith takes a shot of hot sauce before every game.
That's a way to get yourself fired up.
I mean, really? Seriously?
Yeah.
All right, Justin Tucker lays out uniform in shape of a person before every game. That's a little, I don't know how that started, but
yeah.
I think it's a visualizing thing. Okay, Jason Kelsey listens to Christmas music before every game. That's interesting.
That is, yeah.
Christmas music. I wonder which songs.
Which songs are his favorites? Yeah, I wonder if he has a few that he goes to.
The go-to Christmas songs.
Yeah.
All right. George Kittle reads I love this. Reads a new letter from his dad every week before each game. That's like nice. His dad obviously writes him a letter before every game, and he reads it. That's just the best thing. So I like that one.
But I know a lot of fans, they'll have certain things that they do. If they're watching a game, they think it helps the game.
Right, or they don't change their socks.
They don't change their socks.
If they're on a winning streak or something, which is kind of gross. But yeah, you're right, fans do have rituals.
They do, yeah. So I guess everyone has rituals. Superstitions.
Yeah.
Helps with the stress, I guess, in the game, watching it or playing it.
All right, and this is kind of a sweet moment. So these actors, they're playing Cinderella and Prince Charming. They actually got engaged on stage during their production of Cinderella, and it was really cute. It was actually during the final curtain call. I actually thought initially that this was in the middle of the show, he just stopped everything. Yeah. But no, it was during the final curtain call, and kind of a sweet way, it's like a happy ending, a true, happy ending.
That's a very creative way to go about it.
Yeah, so he just, I guess, addressed the audience, and they'd been dating for 2 years, and she did say yes. So
thankfully,
I think that would have been bad
it's always
if he hadn't.
the nerve-wracking part.
Yeah.
Are they going to say yes?
Yeah, right. So
all right.
There you go.
All right, cool. Thanks, Jennifer. Let's take a look at the top stories over on NBC29.com this morning. Coming in at number 1, a woman injured in a drive-by shooting off I-64. At number 2, 22 volunteer firefighters resign at once in Augusta County. Then at number 3, Charlottesville police going viral playing street basketball with kids. We've actually got that story coming up here in the Morning Rush in just a second. But first this morning, after 4 years of planning, Charlottesville Fire expects to begin work on a new station in 2024. The city presented its final site plan on Wednesday. It will replace the station on the 250 bypass that's been in use for more than 60 years now. The new building will be much larger with more dormitory space and a bigger area to store equipment and trucks. The money for the project was set aside in 2019, but like a lot of projects, it was put on pause by the pandemic. Construction is set to be complete in 2025. Here's this video going viral. It features the Charlottesville police officers playing a game of basketball with some local children. The clip has captured more than 30 million views on Instagram. We're told what started as a casual game of ball turned into a bigger lesson about shared experiences.
I think it's important for kids, especially. A lot of kids don't have a lot of contact with police officers, so it's good to show them the good side of policing and how to build better relationships within the community.
And if you have not yet seen the viral post, we have a link to it over on NBC29.com. A crime-fighting dog is embarking on an early retirement. The Augusta County Sheriff's Office is allowing K-9 Officer Rico to spend the rest of his life with the person he knows best, his handler. When Rico's former handler left the Sheriff's Office, the plan was to transfer the K-9 to a new handler, but the Augusta County community raised more than $19,000 to cover the cost of a new K-9 so Rico can retire. The Virginia Police K-9 Association will pay for all of his food, medical expenses, and end-of-life costs, and the Augusta County Sheriff's Office will officially retire Rico to his former handler on Friday. And finally this morning, if you're up in the D.C. area in the next couple of weeks, make sure you check this out. A UVA professor's work will be on display in Washington starting tomorrow. Professor Ashton Crawley is one of 6 artists aiming to tell untold stories of the National Mall. The exhibition, called Beyond Granite, is the very first outdoor temporary exhibition in the mall's history. Crawley's work will be shown through September 18th. So some pretty cool work there.
Yeah, you know, and we're dealing with some fantastic conditions for August. You know, earlier this week we had some downpour, showers, and storms for our lawns and gardens.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully your lawn and garden got some beneficial rainfall, because we're going to have to perhaps water our flowers and gardens and lawns as we go into next week, because I don't see much in the way of showers or storms. Let's take a look at what I am tracking. The next big thing I'm watching from the Weather Center is going to be a drier outlook here on out, at least for the next week to 10 days, and along with that, it will turn hotter. The next couple days will be pleasant with temperatures in the 80s and the 70s. Overnight lows, it will be as cool as the 50s this weekend, but then thereafter it is going to turn downright hot, back in the 90s for highs, and it will turn humid. But you'll notice on that 7-day planner, there's really no chance of rain for at least the next 7 to 10 days. So it does look like we're going to have a much drier outlook as we head to back to work and school for a lot of you next week. So heads up on that into next week.
There's the return of that heat we've all been waiting for. We all knew would happen. But, you know, I think at this point I am done with summer.
Yeah, you know, summer is my least favorite season, and August is kind of like my least favorite month because of the excess heat and the humidity. But there are signs of that we are getting closer to fall, and that is shorter days. Have you noticed the sunrise, sunset, a little bit later, a little bit earlier? We are losing about an hour's worth of daylight during the month of August.
Yeah, before you know it, it'll be dark at 4 p.m., 5 p.m.
Yeah, that's on towards November, but we got plenty of time for that, right?
Plenty of time. Enjoy the sunshine while you can. All right, thank you, Josh. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. We'll see you again on NBC29 News at noon, and of course, we're always live on NBC29.com.